I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich, throw that to the side. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you
Greetings technicians, this is Admin Crow here, your coach of the Toronto Star Raptors, bringing you another battle in the TDL, the off-season for Tier 3 and below. This week we are taking on one of my good friend Tommy, aka the coach of the Vancouver Victinis. This is not the first time that we faced off. We did play a couple times last season and it was really back and forth. I believe I won, I lost to him in the regular season and I made a comeback in the playoffs. So regardless, he's a very good battler, I believe, in my opinion. He's known to be running some toxics and some hacks in the past, but we'll see what happens in the season's face-off of the Raptors and the Victinis. So over here, I'm just going to jump into the battle and explain my thought process and go through the entire battle, see how it turns out. So over here at team preview, right away I see that he have the Convey, so that thing is pretty much set up fodder for Nidoking, as I can get out my T-Spikes and safely switch into that and be able to fire off big attacks. And the other mons, he does bring the Zygarde 10%, which is a huge threat, and Blastoise and Metagross, which both I expected to come, and also the Emboar, simply because he's been bringing Metagross and Emboar quite often, and plus Blastoise, it was the mon that he picked up the previous week before he played me. Maybe he was noticing the weakness on his team a little bit, as previously he didn't really have a Rapid Spinner on his roster, and his only form of hazard removal reliably was the Convey, and the other one being, I believe, the Laurentis. And so yeah, we're just gonna jump into the match. So over here, I'm just gonna lead with my Dhelmise, as he covers the potential Stealth Rocker leads both Metagross or the Mesprit. It does have a good matchup against both of these, and I'll be able to fire off a Choice Banded Shadow Clock coming from my Dhelmise. So over here, as I do know that I live any hit from this Dhelmise, from this Mesprit, I'm just gonna go for a Choice Banded Shadow Claw, as he doesn't really have switch-ins. As he busts out the Sub-Zero Slammer, that's something really caught me off guard. It didn't really actually make any sense against me, simply because he did bring this last week as well. And last week I was actually in fact running Assault Vest Dhelmise. I could have easily, well, not easily, but I could have lived the hit if I was a Assault Vest variant and just be able to knock him out with a Shadow Claw. But I guess he caught me really good off guard for sure. A really good prep on Tommy's side. Just being able to bring that Sub-Zero Slammer first turn, knowing that Dhelmise is such a huge threat against his team, and also being the only thing that actually can comfortably switch into his Zygarde 10%. So over here, I'm just gonna go into my Atlanta the Swallow on a free switching. Instead of going for a Choice Spec Boom Burst, I don't really want to take any damage. I'm just gonna go into U-turn out into my Archilles. I kind of forgot the fact that my Archilles wasn't defensive. So that's actually a small mistake on my side. As you can see, he actually did a lot to me with Ice Beam. So I was trying to predict the rocks when he was in with his Mesprit against my Swallow. So over here, I just go hard into my specially defensive Supreme Scrafty on the following turn, which is what I should have done initially, I believe. It's been a while since I made this team, so I don't really remember the EV spreads all that much. So I'm just gonna go into my Scrafty as he finally revealed the rocks right here. I actually made an over prediction over here, simply because I could have easily knocked this thing out with a knockoff, knowing that he's offensive. I was predicting the Convey switching. As you can see, it didn't really work out, and no poison with a Poison Trap, but that is okay. I still have, knowing that there's not too much this Mesprit can do back to me after he showed both Ice Beam and Stealth Rock. I'm just gonna go ahead and bulk up right here as he made a switching into his Emboar. I'm sitting at 98% here, relatively healthy amount of health after 2 rounds of leftover recovery. I do know that this Emboar very well may be choice scarfed or choiced in some ways. I'm just gonna stay in and scout out what type of item he is, as I know that I guarantee to live any hit, even a choice banded adamant superpower. As you can see, that's not the case. So not only he's gonna be able to outspeed my Scrafty and be able to fire off a huge flare blitz. Surprisingly, he didn't go for the superpower, but it sort of makes sense. It's just gonna become a setup fodder for me, because I'm gonna get a lot of health back with that Dream Punch, which is what I go for. But yeah, it didn't happen because he crit me. I was actually extremely salty here, simply because the crit ignores my stat boost. With my defense, I will be able to guarantee to lift the hit. I did find out after the game that he wasn't choice scarf, he was in fact choice banded. Regardless, it would have done about like 50 to like high 60%, and I'll be able to Dream Punch off and get a lot of health back. And by that point, I can play accordingly, simply because I do know that he is choice banded, and I can just go sack my Judigon and be able to get a free switch and to my Swallow that way instead of sacking my Scrafty. But yeah, it actually sucks a lot, simply because if he was choice scarfed, I'll be able to, like, not only he's not gonna be able to do enough damage to me, I'll actually be able to get back a lot of health with my Dream Punch if he's choice scarfed. But yeah, so another reason that this sucks a lot is that because he got the crit, there's no way for me to know that whether if he's choice scarfed or choice banded. So I'm actually forced into going to the Swallow because the fact that I don't know if this thing's choice scarf or choice banded. This is the only thing that on my roster right now that can revenge kill the Emboar, which is what I do go for right here with a choice back boom burst. As he doesn't really have a switching to Swallow, he's just gonna sack his Emboar, so that's good. He's gonna go into his Metagross on a free switching. As I don't really have a switching to this Metagross, I'm just gonna sack my Archilus, the Judigon right here, as he was severely weakened by the Ice Beam initially anyways. But the thing is, he got an attack boost with his Metagross. So I was actually really tilted after the crit and back-to-back attack boost from the Metagross. So I very well know that he can go for EQ or a psychic move to knock out my Nidoking, or even a Meteor Mash. But the only way for me to come back to this game at this point, not only he got up rocks against me, but also that I don't have any hazards on his side, right? And I have no way to get rid of rocks, so I have to go for T-Spikes right here. That was actually my only chance of winning, as he does bust out another Meteor Mash and just knock out my Nidoking. And yes, that's pretty much the end of the game. As I go into my Swallow right here, again, try to go for a choice back Heat Wave, and he gets another attack boost. So now there's absolutely no way for my Vikabo to live any attack from this Metagross. Even at +1, Zen Headbutt might have not be able to knock me out, but +2 Meteor Mash just seals the deal. The second plus attack boost from the second Meteor Mash just seals the deal, as he can just go for a Zen Headbutt. That's not going to be resisted by my Vikavolt, and as I go for the agility, try to maybe pick up one more KO here in the end, hoping for a miss Zen Headbutt or a Meteor Mash. But yeah, I'm not gonna say it's a good game. I already got over my salt to this point, but definitely I guess I'll see you in the playoffs. Let's just say that. With this game, it actually put the Raptors in a negative differential. To me, that is actually unacceptable. I'm trying to have fun here, all that in the off season, but I'm trying to meme it up at the same time. So you guys better watch out. The Raptors will be out for blood. Whoever's playing me for the next couple weeks, make sure you are prepared, because we're gonna get some Raptors Brave Birds in action. Yeah, I guess that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. There's not really much I can say, but hopefully we don't get hacked out again in playoffs like last season. But it wasn't really Tommy's fault for hacking me. That's something I want to clarify. It's just a game we play, and I happened to get unlucky. 2 attack boosts into right after a major crit on one of my major treks to a lot of his mons. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to check back in the next few weeks, because the Raptor is gonna come back strong. You bet your money on it for sure. So yeah, this is gonna be Admin Crow here signing off. See you in the next one. Goodbye, technicians.